Hello everyone and welcome to our I Pick My Butt video. More Archero today, and in this video we're going to be going over what we've seen so far for the upcoming 3rd anniversary update. And we'll also be going over the other 2 anniversary updates just to kind of give you an idea of what we've seen so far. And a little disclaimer here, this is not the patch notes. Typically, the update will come out around July 1st, which is a little strange because the game actually was released in April of 2019. But at any rate, we're going to get into it all. First, a word about today's sponsor. Hello everyone, I Pick My Butt here. Recently, you see me promoting the EwinRacing gaming chairs, and where I made a funny video and then a, cool video I would call it, I wanted to make a sincere video for you. Because for me, I've always had a really cheap gaming chair. So when EwinRacing reached out to me, I was actually pretty excited because I needed a new chair, my other one was hurting me, and I was really curious to see how this thing was. And I gotta say, this one is comfortable. My honest opinion is I really do like this chair, and I would recommend it to my friends and family. So if you guys are looking for a chair or looking to get one for a friend or a loved one, this definitely is a good possibility and route to go. This is the nicest chair I've had so far. This thing feels amazing. If you are interested in getting a new gaming chair, check out EwinRacing, and if you do decide to purchase one, use code PICK, you'll get 20% off. Links in the description below. So if this is your first anniversary update, you should know that there's usually some pretty decent game changers in this, and there's usually events that last up to about a month. And where the game has already been throwing out multiple images of Melinda, the new hero, which we know absolutely nothing about, but they seem to just keep on posting a ton of pictures of her. And today on Twitter, we actually got some footage of what's going to be coming new, and you can see it there, Skeleton Swordsman for Spirits. Yes, that's right, we're getting more spirits added in the game, and a lot of people are probably saying, great, more RNG, more pets. This is going to make it so much more difficult to get other things inside. But me, I'm actually asking myself, are they going to make spirits more viable, more useful inside the game? Because let's be honest, yes, they're there, they do a little bit here and there, but they're really not the greatest thing. So are they going to make a change to them? And there's 2 things I actually found really interesting about this. The first one is these skeletons can actually teleport to their next victim. The other thing I found interesting was this little icon in the top right corner. You only see it for the first 4 seconds, and it stays steady with the ability bar, meaning the animations in the background do move, but that still stays there. And to give kind of contrast of what else you would be seeing if you didn't have that whole animation, here it is here. Like I said, something that's just kind of interesting. You can see at the coin, the pause button still line up too. Just a weird spot for it, and I don't know if it's something for the dev build, but it definitely has me curious to know what that's all about. Flashback to 2020, and we had Archero's great idea of using a web browser through Facebook, which meant you had to log into Facebook, you had to click on a button, go to another page, and then you did these series of puzzles, which was very clunky at the time. Kill a couple of monsters, get a chest, and then you would get a code out of that chest that you could enter and wait for your rewards. But surprisingly, the comment section was loving this. Archero was a different game back then. People enjoyed it and loved the direction it was going in. And for me, I always thought this was just a way for them to kind of get a list of who's actually playing the game to go and market to them. But even with that, this actually had a lot of good stuff in the update. This was our introduction to Expedition mode, and it's really weird to see Play 200 on it. They didn't really figure out the currency inside it, but we also had the rune system, which is a staple to the game today, a huge helper. And then they did throw a new event in there, which was Temple Escape. It was pretty much an event that was just overloaded with enemies, kind of like the ads you used to see, but because of all those enemies, it became pretty glitchy. And where Update 2.0 did give us the option of now getting Ayana and fighting Chapter 10 Hero Mode, we did get a lot of other new stuff inside there. This is the introduction of the Bright Robe, the Shadow Robe, the Noisy Owl, the Flaming Ghost, and then they even did a rework of the talents, adding the 3, which, thanks to Terrell again the other day for clarifying it, the Block, the Hero Power-Up, and then the Rune Power-Up. And this first anniversary also had an event that lasted almost 3 weeks, and on top of that, it took the player level up to level 100. Fast forward a year later, and we now have the 2nd anniversary, and everybody just about hates Archero and the devs inside the game because they realize they're just trying to do whatever they can to make money. But even though the comments were filled with nasty remarks, this was still a good update. This was the introduction to the Jewel system. And we now have Mystery Mine, which actually used to be called Hero Party. Now they added the whole thing of using your sight glasses to discover and potentially spend some gems to get some good level jewels. This was was also the introduction of Aquifa, and we got Chapter 23 Underwater Ruins for both normal and hero. But the big one on this was the 2 new spell books, the Scepter book and then the Giant's Contract, which, as you know, the Giant's Contract is a game changer for us. They came out with the subscriptions, which I know a lot of people do like them, but it was once again raised a little bit of an uproar because people really just saw it as a ploy to get more money out of them. But we did get the multi-fuse for equipment, so that was a plus. So even though all this stuff of a lot of people naysaying and so on, there was a good amount of events throughout this one too. In this one, they actually broke into 3 individual weeks of 3 phases. The first one you can see here, which I think it was a little bit difficult to get some of the drinks and clams through it, but you could get some outfits and get some actual tickets out of it. And then the other half of phase 1 was trying to collect these arrows to kill the monster for phase 2. In phase 2, really wasn't that bad. I mean, I was able to grab a couple of level 4 jewels out of it, plus some tickets and plenty of keys inside the game. In phase 3 was really a great place to get shards and purple and golden tickets, not to mention there was kind of a global thing where depending on everybody's activity would progress a bar and you could get even more stuff out of it. So overall, I'm actually looking forward to this upcoming update. There should be a lot of good stuff from it, and I'm curious to see what we're all going to get. But really, going back to the beginning of the video, what do you guys think that little circle with the slash is in it? Post down in the comments. Don't forget to join the Discord. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and remember, I pick my butt.